Yes.
Yep.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we are back in official V8 Supercars. We have week one, the European Strength of Field race from Circuit Zolder. In the booth with me tonight is Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
And also Mr. Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
And running the production in the background is Mr. Sam Boozing. Good evening.
Good evening, y'all.
Okay, guys, so we're back. We're at the lovely Circuit Zolder, week one of the official V8 Supercar series. Now, before we came on air, Pete, I was, shall we say, talking about my dislike for this track, and you said you quite like it. Any particular reason?
I think it's got some really good features. There's a very, very challenging chicane. There's some very tight corners. There's some corners where you think, I'm never going to make it around here without dying. And it's just fascinating. It's fairly unique, I think. It doesn't feel like any of the other tracks.
It's got especially that nasty chicane in it. Bill, is this a track that you enjoy, or is it on your let's avoid it list?
No, it's not. It's not on one of my top circuits by any means. But like Pete said, it is unique. It's got a lot of differences, and he also mentioned unlike any other track we go to. So it's certainly a challenge in this car for sure, and interested to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and just for everybody that these drivers probably don't know this, so they'll find out afterwards. Just to add a little bit of fun for this season, what we're going to do, we've got a 13-week season, and we're going to keep a tally of the scores that these drivers get, the official iRacing scores. And we're going to have a little mini championship for the Friday night Euro Strength of Field race. And then at the end of the season, we're obviously going to give drivers 2 drop rounds because we know they can't make every round. At the end of the season, we'll be able to crown a champion. So a little bit more pressure on the guys, even though they don't know about it yet, Pete.
Yeah, I think that'll add a bit of interest in there. It's everybody loves a bit of bragging rights, don't they? And the Race Tech V8 series always has a good following, and doing an official one like this, I think it adds a little bit while they're also trying to get their I rating up and trying to get their safety rating saved.
Yeah, so we watch these guys, week in, week out in this official race. And they have bragging rights, within the race. And there is a proper iRacing league table where you can see where you are in your division and your country and everything else. But this is just for, this race every Friday night, and let's see who can come out on top. Think that'll add a little bit of spice, Bill? Do you think the drivers will take it serious?
Oh yeah, I think that's a great idea. It, as you said, it's it's not gonna change your day much other than bragging rights. And these, anybody that's competitive likes to have those kind of things on their CV. So I think it's gonna be terrific.
Yeah, I say it just adds a little twist for the guys. So we're into qualifying. These guys get 2 laps in 8 minutes. Currently, surprise, surprise, I believe we've got Nicole Foggy at the top. Just looking at the NQR, have got their new colours on tonight. That's very bright.
You don't miss that in a crowd, do you?
Yeah. We see last season Nicole Foggy, when he's on form, he can quite easily run away with things, but we also see the other side of Nicole Foggy where it goes wrong and suddenly he's disconnected. So what are we going to see from Nicole this year, or this season, should I say? Sorry.
I don't think we'll see anything different. He is he's not a win it or bin it sort of person. He's a win it, or if I get frustrated, I'm just gonna not bother to continue, which is what we saw at one of the tracks, the Argentinian track, I think it was, Interlagos. No, not Interlagos, it was the other one, but never mind. And he is highly talented. He's good on all types of tracks, apparently. And the XVR guys have come mob-handed now, because I think Wayne Sanderson is also in an XVR livery.
Oh.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, they must have signed him off-season.
Yeah, I think they have. I mean, that was quite a surprise to me. But yeah, Nicole Foggy, he is exceptional. But there again, you've got some really great drivers in here, haven't you? Wayne Sanderson's right up there at the moment on the timing screens. Tony Kloosterman, as you'd expect, is high up there. We know about Ant Woodward. We've seen Kevin Duell before. We've seen Marco Lowett before. There's a couple of names missing from this week's round. Hopefully we'll see them in subsequent rounds. I think this is going to be an exceptional show.
Yeah, and we've got, I just noticed another new driver, for us anyway, Will Orton, up there in 4th place.
Now, I know that name, and I don't know why. So I think I've raced against Will Orton before.
Okay, so, well, we've got, considering we've got a 22-car field, we've got quite a few new names that we haven't seen before. So it'd be interesting to see how these guys get on. Against the
quali.
Yeah, against the, shall we say, cream. So yeah, that's quali over. So we got a 26 lap race tonight. Cars are lining up now, so I don't know if you guys want to quickly run through the grid.
I certainly shall. So off pole will be Nicole Foggy in first. Wayne Sanderson in second, Tony Kloosterman in third. In fourth will be Will Orton. In fifth will be Marco Lowert. In sixth is Nikolai Bogotyrev. In seventh is Kevin Duell. Eighth, once he grids, will be Ant Woodward. Ninth will be Jean-Philippe Chevalier. 10th, Dean Flavel. Marcus Bletz will start in 11. Sorry, Marcus, if I've got your name wrong, first time round. Old Man O'Connor in 12th. Stephen Walker in 13th, Kevin Honorato in 14th, and in 15th we've got Miro Hrazki, Shane V. Powell in 16th, Peter Verme in 17th, James Murphy in 18th, Dan Drashia in 19th, Alexandru Neg in 20th, and Peter Gretton in 21st. I did it all before the start of the round.
Well done.
High five for me. All I can see is the roof of the building at the minute.
Yeah, same here. So lights are coming on. 5 reds, and we're green.
Yeah. Let's have a bit of this XVR off the front row.
Yeah, there's a lot of spreading out at the back. We're 4 and 5 wide at the moment, and there's a spin at the back.
Tony Kloosterman, like a shot out of a can. He's having a bit of this. And if anything, Nicole Foggy's been caught napping. Wayne Sanderson's giving him a good fight here, though. Tony on the outside has managed to make that stick. That's an excellent bit of racing, that.
What a move by Tony Kloosterman. That was excellent.
Bit of synchronised racing for second and third at the moment. Side-by-side action for the XVR boys.
I think Foggy just got a wheel on the grass there and lost a bit of traction.
And he's losing a place here if you don't watch it. Oh, I bet that was expensive going over those bumps.
Yeah, that's Will Orton putting the pressure on Foggy now.
Yeah, that might have been a slowdown. He took that much. He's on the inside of Foggy here. That was a good overtake. That was excellent.
A lot of trust in that overtake.
Oh, who was that? Who was that red car a little bit further back? He was all out of shape. Not that one. That one.
Kevin Duell.
Oh, Kevin Duell. Right. Okay. Cheers. Thanks, Clyde. And we are at the races here. He was a bit sideways going through that last section, Kevin Duell, and he's currently following. I think that's on Woodward. Yeah, it is in the eye bleeding green.
Will Orton got a little bit loose. Looks like Foggy's going to take him on the inside into the first.
Yeah, good spot, Bill.
Yeah, and looks like Lane O'Connor's come out of retirement again. There's our favourite paint scheme, still there.
Yeah. There's another really good paint scheme. I've not seen it to comment on it. It's just going out of shot there in front of this green car. Kevin Honorato. I think that's quite smart. It's a bit dented, like. You want to get some panel beaters on that, Kevin.
I was just going to say the paint makes the front of the car look dented, but it is dented.
That's brilliant. There's Lane.
So let's just have a quick look at the start. What happened at the back there?
Oh dear.
Looked like our teammate Mike Frost involved.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that from behind, just to see if somebody hooked him or.
There we go. Oh,
yeah. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I think, and then there was an innocent bystander there.
Yeah.
Tony Glusman out to a commanding lead at the moment.
Oh, James Murphy doing a bit of
wide.
Yeah, a bit of horticulture out there.
Who was that taking avoiding action there?
Ooh, a bit of door banging going on there.
That was Miro Hrasky.
Yep. He's very close here as well. Will Orton again. He's in the thick of it, isn't he?
Yeah. This time with Nikolai Bogatirev, yeah. Well, we know how quick Nikolai can be when he wants to be.
Yep. They'll certainly let you know that he's one through. I love this section of the track. I think this, and you can hear Nikolai feathering the throttle because these things have got so much power. They just want to spit you. That's a good line from Nikolai.
Yeah, a bit wild there from Will.
It was. He's in a couple of great tyres doing that. Yeah. And Woodward behind. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kevin
Kevin
Duell.
Duell. Going to turn into a 4-car train.
Lane O'Connor not happy with somebody who was on board.
Gone round. Yeah, we didn't obviously see that.
Yep.
I think it's just in front of this.
So, yeah, that purple XVR car is a bit blinky. Here we go. Replay. Oh, that was netcode.
That was netcode, yeah. You didn't even touch him. That was Marcus Blitz.
Yeah, so the viewers that aren't used to iRacing, if you have different ping speeds, then sometimes iRacing doesn't know where both cars are at the same time, and it'll make a judgment. Sometimes the judgment is off, and the cars connect even though they are not actually sharing the same bit of tarmac. That's a reasonable explanation, isn't it, Clark?
Yeah, it is. It's basically a prediction.
Yes.
And unfortunately, some of the time, most of the time, some people will say, it tends to get the prediction wrong.
And Woodward doing a good job. Yeah, doing a great job of keeping his car nice and fat.
Yeah, so the gap at the front, Klosterman to Sanderson, is pretty much levelled out at the moment. Foggy is starting to wheel in Wayne Sanderson, and Will Orton is dropped well off the back of this, but he's been doing a lot of defending, so that doesn't help your lap times.
Yeah, I do like that paintwork. It'd be great if it was straight. There we go.
It misses. That's
sharp right turn. That.
Yeah.
Dan Dracier, he's got his name. He's so famous. He's got his name on the outside of his own car. That's excellent. Where's the boot lid off that one?
Dean's not got a lot of car left.
Is that cheating, Bill?
I was just going to mention Dean Flavel has most of his body panels missing at the moment.
So plenty out there for the souvenir hunters.
Number 18, Shane Powell has spun in the chicane. He's back on track going.
There he goes.
Yeah. We've all been a victim of that one. Here he goes, and
Yeah, just a little bit too eager on the loud pedal, I think.
yeah,
He was trying to catch Dean O'Connor.
yeah. No points for style there.
He's got a slight bit of damage on his front panel left side, but it doesn't look like it's going to affect his performance too much. That's Shane Powell's referring.
Yeah.
So it's a good little battle here. James Murphy.
Yeah, with Andres, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that's a nudge.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, good save.
It was
Now
a good
that was-
save, but come on, Dan, give the place back. Fair's
He
fair.
did a really good.
That's a nudge and run if you do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa!
someone behind.
Must be oil on the track there. They both nearly went.
Well, Miro's made both the sides of his car look the same now, so maybe he's just balancing up.
Mike's
Well,
ruined my paint,
possibly.
but it looks brand new compared with Dean.
Yeah. Oof.
Bit of two-wheel action.
Yeah. That's a new iRacing thing, isn't it? The lifting off the ground.
I think this car's always done it.
Yeah.
That's just how you drive it.
Yeah, I can remember all the reports when it first came out with the grip roll.
Right.
Mr. Bicycling himself, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's we've just seen 3 of the most beat-up cars you'll ever see in your life.
Oh, Paul Gretton getting it wide, very wide. Oh, and an embarrassing bit of spin to finish with.
And nearly did it again.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but that one was funny. Sorry, Paul.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we have.
So, interestingly, last couple of laps, the lead has come down by 0.4 of a second. These 3 are just not going to give it up
No, and I think Mike
until
wants.
they've got no
Ooh,
wheels,
dear.
no panels, no nothing left on their cars.
Yeah, Mike wants to stay clear of this somehow. Right, what have we got going on here? Kevin Honorato bumping over.
Yeah,
Half a
he-
car following him.
Yeah, that is Alexandru. Oh God, Nigut.
Where are you? Negu.
Nugget.
Michael Frost and Dean Fallon come together.
Oh, Mike's gone round.
Oh, that's a shame.
Come on, Mike. Rage quit. Give us a 5er.
Yeah. Oh, he's... Yeah, he dived to the inside and run out of room.
Yeah, I don't know how to call that one.
It's a brave move, but you know the other car has got to be compliant for you to be able to pull that off. So yeah, just go. Yeah. So, whoa, what's happened here? Foggy has got past Wayne Sanderson somewhere.
Oh, that changes the game somewhat. Is that multi 21?
Could be, could be. Weren't a lot of fight there from Wayne, to be honest.
When you give that much room, it's
Yeah.
obviously an order, isn't it?
Yeah, Johnny Brandon's on the microphone in the background, telling them multi 21.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Nick Cole is faster than you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, just had to mute my mic and have a cough then.
Right.
So Foggy now is the one chasing down Tony Klusterman. Not wanting to put any hexes on Tony, but we've seen it before where he's disappeared off into the lead. Looks like
We
Lane
have, yeah.
O'Connor's had another issue.
Straight on at the right-hander. No. Just avoiding.
Oh.
Oh no!
total
Yeah.
innocent bystander.
Yeah, that's a bad rejoin. I'm not sure who that was, but it was a very bad rejoin. It was James Murphy. That's not what you want to be doing, really.
There's going to be one happy Scotsman.
Foggy really got held.
Sorry, I was going to say there's no such thing.
Whoa!
Oh dear!
Oh, what happened there? Oh, did you see Mike get through it?
I know. That was like a miracle.
I need to see that again, and then I need to see it from this angle.
Yeah, Michael Moses Frost.
Oh, he's lost the back end and
Yeah.
took that wall.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
And then who was behind him? Was that Shane Powell again?
Yes.
And he just had no. You watch. Oh, sorry, I
No,
thought we
we're
were
not
seeing
on
it again. The back end stepped out and hit that wall and spun him sideways. Shane Powell straight into him with nowhere to
There
go,
we go.
and
Is this it?
Mike parted the waves.
Yeah.
Look, he's already
Wheel
loose
off.
there.
Wheel
He's
off.
sort of-
Back. Oh, a
And there
massive
goes Mike,
neck
look.
code. Yeah,
Oh, we're seeing it all in this.
I know.
There must be enough bits laying about now for another car.
I was about to curse myself and say, this is a track that I don't normally crash at, but A, you wouldn't believe me, and B, the next time I go out on here, it's going to be a crash.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't believe it.
There's our car collide.
Yeah, and to be fair, Marco normally has scraped most of the paint off of it by now, but it looks very, very clean.
Like Mike
And
Frost
who's
is trying to.
Sorry, Bill.
It looks like Mike Frost is trying to chase down Lane O'Connor here.
Oh, that'll be a good scalp to get, Mike. Get on it.
Okay, lap 9 then. The gap still isn't coming down.
So Tony's maintaining, is he?
He certainly is.
That's good.
Tony picked up a little time because Foggy kind of got bogged down in the chicane, but Tony's not holding back, that's for sure.
It's a very different paint job this time, and the two
yeah.
Simability cars are very different to one another.
Yeah,
This
I'd like
one's,
to see Ant Woodward.
Yeah, that one. Tony's is, in my opinion, a little more stylish.
Yeah, so it looks like they've swapped the green and the black on the cars, doesn't it? Painted by Greg Carr, I would have thought. Greg always does a fantastic job painting cars.
Yeah, he's very
Foggy.
talented.
But you didn't drive them more often.
Looks like
Go on,
Foggy's
Bill.
looks like Foggy's beginning to close in a little bit now.
Oh, that
That's
lane
Lane
race
again.
win.
Lane didn't
What
sound too
happened to
bad.
Lane that time? Was he's hit the curb?
He's manually
That
disconnected.
was
Got it
just
crossed up.
Lane. Yeah. Nobody else in play there. I think Lane's just had enough.
Yeah, that chicane particularly gets all the people at some point.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
and Miro
strange.
Hradsky just losing it under braking. He's somebody that's raced in the V8 ESC League before.
Right, yeah.
I remember him from a couple of seasons ago.
The gap is down to 1.2 in the front.
Yeah.
A lot of time on that lap.
So what's going on with Tony? Has he bought some back markers?
Pretty clear ahead of him.
Yeah.
Got Miro Hradsky ahead of him, but he's quite a ways away still.
Yeah, I've had no inside information at all tonight, so I don't know if there's going to be a pit stop or what's happening.
No, I can't work it out at the minute. I was trying to before, but I'm not sure. Because these V8s do get through their fuel quite quickly.
Yeah, they really do.
So that's Will Orton, still running in 4th place. still got Nikolai Bogatyrev behind him, and
Yeah.
he's still chasing down Wayne Sanderson.
Is that a car to be lapped in front of Witt? It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
Right, okay.
Wayne's
Cool.
about 13 seconds up the road.
Right. It's quite a gap.
So Peter Verme.
Nicola Foggy is missing. I just had
Right.
Tony and Wayne Sanderson come by.
Right, Foggy's in the pits.
Okay, sorry.
So is he trying to end a mailer, is he?
Well, it certainly looks that way, and that answers the question about the pit stop. I've just had Ant Woodward crash.
Oh.
Don't know if that's a thing or not.
Oh.
Woodward's in the pits.
Yeah.
Like Nikolai Bogatyrev.
That's probably just iRacing getting confused.
That car actually looks okay.
Yeah. I agree with you, but
So what does Tony Klusterman do now? Does he pit and try and cover off a Nicole Foggy undercut? Or
well, based on the mailer effect, you would expect him to.
yeah, or has he got a plan and he's going to stick to it?
Which Tony does most of the time. He's usually got a game plan and he doesn't deviate from it, which is probably a very good thing, to be honest. It's good not to be influenced by others.
Yeah, especially when it comes to pits.
Tony usually runs his own way.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we're going to find out soon enough. He's still going.
Not stopping, he's going by.
No, and he's certainly given it some beans as well. And Wayne Sanderson's followed him as well.
So Foggy's come out in 11th. And he's got traffic in front of him. He's not quite up to them yet. But if these cars in front don't pit, Foggy's going to lose. I see him flashing his lights in the background. That one moves out of the way nicely for him.
Yeah.
Cars starting to stream into the pits now.
Yeah, pit lane's busy at the minute.
Nice to see Tony running well so far.
Yeah, it's been very commanding so far. Dan Dracia or Drachia, one of the two. He's got the tractor beam out on Kevin Honorato.
Yeah, Wayne Sanderson is still out, so he's not trying the undercut.
No,
So it's all on Foggy at the moment, and Foggy, he's all right now. He's behind this battle that we're watching. So, but he's a good 6 seconds behind it.
Tony's in the pits. On pit lane right now. It's a long pit lane too. Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a tricky pit lane as well. I always find.
yeah, it's got like a chicane in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's got that weird turn, and then it's got a chicane, and right. So we need to see where Tony comes out. Has Foggy done enough?
That real tight spot when you come in that pit lane.
So Foggy's into the final chicane.
He's going to pass Tony. Tony's on his way up, and he's not going to make it. I don't think.
Yeah, it looks like the undercut has worked for Foggy.
Here comes Tony.
Wayne Sanderson still hasn't pitted.
Oh,
He's right in front of him.
Oh,
right together.
Oh dear. This is
cold
gonna be
tyres,
brilliant
Klusterman.
Classic.
yeah. Do you reckon he'll put new rubber on?
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
But Nicole has definitely got him. He's that was a funny little show of the nose, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
As a reminder. It's funny.
Here.
Yeah, yeah. Don't forget about me.
Foggy's pushing.
He is, but Tony is pulling away a little.
Yeah, Foggy got held up a little bit in the chicane.
And where's Wayne? Wayne was closer than all of this, wasn't he? Is he not pitted yet?
Wayne
Oh, he's in now.
in the pits now. But I think these two will pass him comfortably.
Wayne was behind Tony about 5 seconds.
Good job there by the Mac Barker getting out of the way.
Yeah, that's Kevin Honorato. It's a good sweeping camera angle, isn't it? Or it was. Oh, right, yeah. And Wayne's quite far back now, really, compared to the other two. So that undercut really does work, doesn't it?
It certainly does. We've got Will Orton leading the race at the moment, although he hasn't pitted yet. Yeah, I think Wayne's probably lost 3 or 4 seconds there.
I would say so as well, yeah.
You know, I think Foggy's kind of content to ride right at the moment. I don't think he's going to make any crazy moves at this point.
No, and we've seen this from Foggy previously as well. He stalks his prey, doesn't he?
And I think he's going to, you know, if he sees a mistake from Tony, he's going to pounce.
Tony looks clean round here, though. It's very accomplished and professional the way the lines he's taking and how smooth he is.
That's a different Tony, isn't it, at the moment?
Definitely, yeah. Towards the end of the last season, it was a bit ragged. This is totally different. This is nice and smooth.
But he was really down on himself at the end of last season. I think he's kind of recharged his batteries here. He seems to be doing a great job.
No, that's good. Well, it looks like Alexandru Negu is our current leader.
Yeah, he certainly is. He must be on fumes. Oh, actually, no. He's got a very light car.
Yeah. It's only part of a car, isn't it?
Bonnet has seemed to depart.
Perhaps every time he goes past the pit wall, they're throwing fuel into that engine bay. Just hoping it ends up in the right place.
You could go to a car parts place, pay 50 quid and end up with more of a car than he's driving at the minute.
Has he not heard of the scrappage scheme?
Yeah. You get £2 for that. I love that corner, the drive out of it. It's either you get it or you really don't. You just wheel spinning for 8.
It looks like Will Orton has dipped out in that round of pit stops as well, because he's now behind Nikolai and Ant Woodward.
Yeah, and Alexandru just boxed as well.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
So can Tony run away from Nicol?
It's easy to follow though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Darn close right now.
But not an easy track to overtake on. And we know how wily Mr. Kloosterman is.
But we also know how do you say it? It's not even Maverick, is it? Nicol finds places to pass people, doesn't he?
I think Nicol's very good at setting people up. You know, there's certain drivers that when they're in your mirrors and you're trying to keep an eye on what's going on behind you, and they're a couple of fakes, and you think to yourself, right, I need to defend on this corner, and then the corner before he goes past you, and you're like, well, I'm not ready for that. You're supposed to do it on the next corner.
Yeah. Well, unless my eyes deceive me, Tony's smoothness was paid.
Commentator curse.
Absolutely, I haven't even finished the sentence.
So we are on lap we're about to start lap 18 out of 26.
Beginning to come down to it. Almost crunch time.
Stephen Walker with a dodgy connection, maybe. Oh, yeah, he's vanished.
He's doing it again.
Doing a Bingham, yeah. He's not quite full Bingham, though, is he?
No, definitely not.
Oh, that's Fishtaily. Oh, dearie me. Not sure who that was exactly. Who's in the snap-on car? Peter Gretton. I was calling him Paul before, so double up apologies. Just getting well out of the way of that.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything to do with that battle.
Oh, and this is close now. What's happened here, Bill? With Tony and Foggy. Oh,
Tony's
can't go that way
driving
around.
Now, Foggy went wide.
And it worked, the defensive, didn't it?
Tony pulled out a little bit of a lead there. I have a feeling Nicole will be back shortly.
I'm not giving you any money for that bet.
He truly is amazing, I'm telling you.
That's Jean-Philippe Chevalier, who raced with us when we started broadcasting back end of last season. He's currently in 10th. He's lost one position from the start. Our biggest mover at the moment is the one that Pete is struggling with, Dan Drakia, up 8 places, and Alexandru Nigu is up 8 places from their starting positions.
It's very impressive, isn't it? In a strength of field race like this to get that many positions.
Someone was off there. I think
That's Kevin.
Kevin.
Okay, Tony's put a car between himself and Nicole at the moment.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're watching a replay, Bill, at the minute. I can't explain that.
To me, it looked like he knew he wasn't going to make the corner and then tried to do the shortcut across the sand.
Right. We're just shook. Whatever.
Not that it's a shortcut, because he's probably going to slow down, but... Yeah, Tony's got a second at the moment on Nicole, which means he's far enough behind that Tony can drive his own line rather than going defensive, which could help Tony out.
You notice Nicole in a few spots seems to be a little bit wide, but maybe he's trying to use the whole track to catch up. I don't know.
It's busy, isn't it?
Yeah, who was that going wide? That was Marcus Blitz.
He's got a lot of wheel spin coming out of that chicane as well.
Jean-Philippe will be all over him here.
Yeah, he's going to get mugged here. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to set himself up for getting past,
great
though.
overtake.
It was spectacular. It was Marcus Blitz giving it, though. Sold him a puppy.
Yeah, there was no answer for that one. You see him swing out wide and then take that the better line through the corner, which gave him the drive out, and he didn't look back.
No.
Although Marcus is not giving up on this position, taking the shortcut to try and get closer.
Yeah.
Sure, he's got to slow down there.
Okay, Foggy's brought the lead down to 8 tenths behind. Picking up a little bit.
So this is a good battle. This is Kevin Honorato and Stephen Walker.
They've been in or around the same location for a little bit, actually.
I believe we have 5 laps to go.
See, Kevin didn't get that dent fixed.
Cheers, but no. Where's that other car with like no panels on it?
Oh, he's running around, no deck lid or boot. Go putting a big charge on Tony, right? Going in the chicane. Very, very close. Right on the back page.
Yeah, we were just on it now, Bill, actually, on the cameras.
Wow.
He's nearly pushing him down there. Nicole is all over. I don't think going around the outside's an option there.
Maybe.
Is it? Oh, this is good.
This is a drag
This is what
race.
you call racing there.
And that leads into a left.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa, what the hell was
in
that?
the background?
Did you get that
Jesus!
stop?
That was into the pits, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was like an Exocet missile.
he nearly took them both out.
Yeah,
Foggy's on
Tony.
the brakes there.
Foggy's
He
a
is.
little bit ahead going into turn 1.
Yeah, but he's not got the drive, but he may have it here. This is excellent. Look at
Wow.
this.
Brilliant side by
It's like
side
formation
racing. This.
driving. Oh, that was a bit close. Oh, what's going on? Did Tony
Side
have
by
to look?
side. Yep, he did. Foggy's now in the lead.
Yeah, that won't be the end of this.
No, Tony's not giving this up.
Not a chance. He's led the entire race up to this point. Minus a
Foggy's
few
now
laps.
going defensive. Tony's got a run on him here.
Yeah, a little wheel spin from Foggy just then.
Yeah, Tony's offline here.
Whoa, Tony's locked up.
And
Foggy's
so
got
is Nicole.
Foggy's off. He's going to get a slowdown for that.
Tony's waiting for him.
I think Tony gave him a nudge, which is what, what pushed Nicole off.
Yeah, and Tony waited for him, the gentleman that he is.
It was literally just as we switched to that replay. It looked like Tony's car was inside Nicole's car for a second.
Yeah, it did, yeah. So here we go again. Another lap.
And just obviously just before that, they both survived getting taken out by an Exocet. So,
Which I think was Peter Gretton, which is what Sam was showing us on the cameras, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, tap on car.
Yeah. This little argument's not over, is it?
no, it certainly isn't. And we've got 3 more laps after this one.
You can hear Tony's tyres. They don't want to do what he wants them to at the minute, and he's gone a bit sideways.
Yeah, he was turning left to go right there.
Yeah, and you could hear his tyres. He's seen the last of the grip in the back of that car. Is this a replay again? Oh, this is. Yeah.
Oh.
It's probably from up there when we were watching it than it actually was in real life.
Yeah, wonder what that looked like on board.
Yeah. Code brown, I reckon.
Yeah.
Right then. Are we going to get an on-board shot of
There
this?
we go.
Oh, he did come off the gas.
He did. Oh, I bet he. Oh, that was a proper code brown, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh dear, that was.
That would have been a claim to fame.
It would. Oh, Foggy. He's getting very, very defensive now. Trying to break the slipstream and get sweeping turns into corners. Tony's sideways again.
And just for jollies, Wayne Sanderson still in 3rd, Nikolai Bogatrov in 4th, Anthony Woodward 5th, and Will Orton in 6th, doing a great job, all of them.
Yeah, Wayne's actually closed a little bit on these two because of the fight. So too little too late, I believe, but I'm sure if Wayne finishes in third, he's going to be happy with that.
Wayne just said something in the chat. I missed it.
Yeah, I've got it muted. I saw his name.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't, I've just run out of fuel.
Yeah.
And our winner of the paint job award, Marco Lewert, is still in 8th place, running along fine.
Very on the broadcast. It's reasonably smooth, yeah. Sorry, Bill.
That's okay. I was just mentioning some of the other people. Dan Durkia is in 9th. And our friend Jean-Philippe Chevalier is in 10th.
So the leaders are starting the penultimate lap. There is a lap car in front of Foggy, I've just seen.
We'll wait and see who that is.
That is Dean Flavel, car number 17.
Oh, half a
Nope.
car.
No, it's not. It's,
No, there it
Shane
is. Yeah, Shane Powell.
People cover.
Quite sensible there from Shane. Well done, mate.
That car looks like it's seen some action as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, Foggy's got a second gap now.
Well, unless Foggy turns into a missile himself, he looks like he's pretty much got this one wrapped up.
Well, we've seen both of them wild on occasions tonight, so
Yep, for sure.
you never count the chickens.
It'll be interesting to see what Tony thinks about the pit stops.
Yeah, maybe that's something that Tony needs to look at.
Yeah. Does this suggest that? Are you suggesting this is the last lap we're going on to?
We are white flag lap. Don't think Tony's got anything left in his tyres for Nicole now.
And Wayne Sanderson, under his new colors, is running in 4th.
Kevin Duval having a bit of a code brown there.
Yeah. Yeah, lights flashing for celebration.
Bogotros.
Sorry.
Nikolai Bogotros run an excellent race. He's in 4th place, done a great job.
So Will Orton is flashing his lights like mad. I don't know why. Perhaps he's just found the button. Mr. Woodward is a bit too wise to fall for any of them sort of tricks.
Yeah.
He's still at it.
I know. Oh, I'd love to electrocute the people that do that. Is that a bit extreme?
So Will, don't go near any electric circuitry when Pete Bingham's around.
Yeah.
He's right up there with Woodward.
He is. I don't think Ant's giving that up somehow.
And there's our leader coming across the line in first place. First winner of the season. Second place for Tony Kloosterman. Over the line in third, Wayne Sanderson. Nikolai Bogotyrev is currently in fourth. Will still flashing his lights.
Oh!
Yeah,
Kicked
that
out.
battle over. So Nikolai Bogotyrev in fourth. And Woodward crosses the line in fifth. And
Now,
Will Orton in sixth. Kevin Duell in seventh. Marco Lewert in eighth. Dan Dresia in ninth. And then to round out your top 10 is Jean-Philippe Chevalier. So, guys, there's a couple of, there's at least half a car there coming across the line. Stephen Walker in the background, followed by Kevin Honorato, James Murphy, Miro Hrazki. I think the only car left to finish, there he is, Mr. Peter Breton.
In this car, it's an achievement to get around a race. So hats off. So
I think we say this every week, but that had a bit of everything, didn't it, Pete?
It certainly did. I don't know where to begin, to be honest. There was battles all the way through the field. That's probably one of the closest front running. I mean, it was nothing like the last one from last season, was it? Nicole Foggy was in a different time zone with that one. This one, that was a proper dogfight to the end.
Yeah, and again, you know, we've just seen the, you know, what we now call the Marco Namella.
Yeah, the Namella effect.
And it's worked for Foggy. So yeah, maybe that's something that Tony needs to look at. I don't know. We'll ask him.
Yeah.
But first of all, let's get Nicole Foggy in, our race winner.
Hey, that was really good though.
Nicole Foggy, we've robbed you. Sorry, mate.
That's all right.
Welcome
hello,
to the booth.
Hello.
So week 1, first win. Was it all about that undercut in the pit stop?
I was going to see what that would do. I knew these tyres, the V8 tyres, seem to have. I mean, the outlap's all right, and then you got 2 fast laps, and then it starts to die off quite quick after that. So I thought I could at least catch up quite easily, possibly getting side by side. It was almost side by side coming out of the pits, I think. But I think I got blocked just a tiny bit by a back marker or something. Might have been possible to do the undercut, but Tony had good pace as well anyway.
Yeah, and you had a fantastic battle there for nearly a whole lap side by side, but you managed to get it done in the end. And then we see, it looked like Tony gave you a little nudge. You went wide. Tony, the gentleman that he is, waited for you to come back again. So, you know, some really good racing out there.
It was awesome. I loved that race. That was great racing from Tony. Really fair. And I was speaking to him just before I came in here. I wasn't sure if it was me drifting out a tiny bit into him or him. Yeah, but I don't know. But it was very nice of him to stay behind when we came in it.
And you know, the question that's on everybody's lips: where's Brandon?
I have absolutely no idea. I think he's been working a lot more than he thought he'd be working. I think so. He's been quite tired a lot of times, doing quite a lot. So he's not been practicing as much. So he thought, well, I haven't heard from him, but I assume he's relaxing.
So it's not just the fact that you're beating him so much. He's you know, just letting you have this one.
Oh, is that as well? But I didn't want to say.
I want to know if you multi-21's your teammate.
Oh, hey, I don't even know what multi-21 is. I've heard you say it a few times, but I have no idea what.
It means team orders. Did you tell Wayne to get out of the way so you could have a go at Tony?
Oh, now Wayne actually jumps out the chat when he does the race so he can focus. So he just let me go. He flashed the brakes, and you know, and he had absolutely awesome pace today.
He did. Sure. He was doing really well. I mean, his qualifying time was immense.
Yeah, it was great, and in the practice he beat my time a few times, and I think he was ahead of me in both practices. So yeah, good on him, absolutely.
I don't believe a word of it, by the way. I think there was XVR team orders going on in there.
I'll let you keep thinking.
Right, before we let you go, Nicole, anybody you'd like to thank?
XVR, of course. You guys are doing the broadcast, and Virtual Racing Association, Power Max Racing, and Simortal. Thank you.
Okay, mate. Well, congratulations on the first win of the season, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah, no doubt. Look forward to it. Thank you.
my flushing skills going then. Okay, Pete, I shall bring in Mr. Tony Kloosterman for you.
Okay. Good evening, Tony. Welcome to the booth. How are you doing?
Awesome, Pete. How are you?
Yeah, really good, mate. So, even though you were the bridesmaid at this one, I am pretty convinced you were going to enjoy that race.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's always good racing with Nickel. He's very fair, and I know if you give him room, he's not going to punch you off the track. So, really good racing. A little tough getting through some of the traffic, but yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, and we saw a little nudge, and you did what you do best, and you were the gentleman racer and waited for him. It's the right thing to do. We didn't see that from other people, by the way. There was some other stuff going on in the race that you won't know until you watch the broadcast. So, I mean, hats off to you. It takes a real man to do that sort of stuff. So, thank you very much for that. Have you been mailed? Because the undercut seems to work, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I stayed out a couple of laps longer than Nickel, just because I had some clear track, and I thought, okay, I might try and take advantage of it. But coming out of the pits, I guess we were nose to tail, and I actually underfueled by a couple of tenths. So the last two laps, I had to kind of pedal it to make sure I got across the finish line and ran out right at the finish line.
So you got the Flintstones version of the Mustang, did you?
Yeah, something like that. So he would have had me at the end regardless. But going into that chicane there, we were pretty much side by side, and I knew that by going as deep as I did, I kind of forced him off the track there. So, anyways, it was only fair. We had enough room back to Wayne to continue on racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have much in the way of tires left at the end?
No, the last 3-4 laps, they were pretty much done, and very slippery. And I don't know if that's just this week at this track, but I'm having a little bit of trouble with grip. So we'll have to see how next week.
Yeah, and are you going to change your pit strategy, do you think, given the fact that Marco's done it to a number of people and Nickel's done it a couple of times now?
Yeah, I guess it's how early is too early, right? So
Well,
we're
yeah.
gonna have to find out.
Just pit after lap 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey Tony, you had a gangbuster start. I'll tell you, you jumped out ahead of everybody so fast. You were really on it there.
Well, I think Nickel actually spun his tires in a shift because I saw him taking off, and then all of a sudden it was like he was just standing still for a split second, and I think he just got some wheel spin, and I was able to take advantage of that.
You hit the nitrous or something. Holy mackerel, you really jumped out in front of those guys. Well done, matey.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tony, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Our team Never Quit Racing, Simability, Greg Carr for our new paints. I don't know if you noticed, we had some new colors this week. And you guys for doing the broadcast. Racetech for sponsoring our main series. Hopefully we have some guys join up for that in the coming week.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth, Tony. Well done on your second place. And hopefully we'll catch you next week.
Okay, take it easy, Clyde. Bye.
Okay, so we've got one final interview. Our 5th place driver, Mr. Ant Woodward. Ant Woodward, welcome to the booth.
Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Week 1, top 5. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, that'll do. Better than the other league the other day.
Yeah, we did see you had a couple of troubles. So the thing that stuck out most to me in that race was the last couple of laps. You had Will Orton behind you, and he seems to permanently have his finger on the flashy light button. I think I said in the broadcast that Ant's a bit too wise to fall for that one, but was it annoying you? Was you looking at it?
I didn't see it. Nope, didn't see a thing.
Oh well, that's a pity. as you know, Ant's a man of few words.
No, I did see him flashing. My tyres at that point were absolutely, completely toasted. I'd lost Nikolai. I pushed on the end laps. You know, I think me and Nikolai pitted as early as you could in that race. I was looking at when there was room in the tank, and as soon as there was room in the tank, I went in, and Nikolai was right in front of me. So we both pitted together. I pushed to catch him before that pit stop. I think killed the first set of tyres, and then when it came out, I was pushing to catch him again, and then by the end, I had nothing left. So now I could see him flashing. I know why he was flashing. I had no grip.
Yeah, we was just talking to Tony about the undercut because Nicole done the Nemela move and done the undercut and got in front of Tony. And when you and Nikolai pitted, you both got in front of Will using the undercut. So
was it? Right.
Yeah.
I know. When we pitted, we were 5th and 6th, and then I was suddenly 5th. So I knew we'd taken someone. It was Will, was it? So he wanted that back at the end. That's why he was flashing his lights.
So was that undercut planned by you before the race then?
Well, I wanted to pit as early as possible because I was catching Nikolai and whoever he was fighting at the time. And I just thought if I can undercut these two, that'd be good. But like I say, as soon as I decided, Nikolai was right in front of me on pit lane.
Okie dokie. So enough about the race. While we've got you in here, we don't get you in very often. Quick.
Only when I do well. So,
yeah. You never talk to Ant when he's been in the fence. Your new venture. Do you want to talk us a little bit about it?
Oh yeah, can do. Basically, from a need of my own. I'm a controls electrician, so I build control panels. So I obviously build my own button boxes, and I wanted to label them as I label the stuff in work, which is really good quality labels. So I went and got that done. It cost me a horrendous amount of money, so I basically bought my own kit to do that. And yeah, I'm just seeing what I can knock out for people, really, as a sort of hobby stroke venture, like you said.
It looks fabulous. It really looks excellent.
I really enjoy it, you know, pressing the button, send, and then at the end you get either success or failure, and then work on the designs until you get it right. It's quite fun, you know.
What?
So
I have one quick question. I have one quick question for you. Were you driving or was Evie driving tonight?
Oh, Evie went home, unfortunately, today, so she didn't get to see that win. But she was sat right next to me the other night, and I didn't have such a good race. And the look on her face, her mouth was open, she looked horrified. So I had to just laugh it off because she's only 4. I couldn't really say what I was thinking.
She's a cutie, I'll tell you.
So, obviously, there's a website attached to this new venture of yours. If you can get us the link, we'll get a little bit of advertising done for you, and hopefully something comes of it. I've had some stuff done by Ant already, and it's fantastic quality, so fully recommend it. You know, Ant does things for button boxes and wheel centers and all sorts. So, you know, if there's something that you need, find him on our Discord or find him on Facebook or have a look at his website, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
That's excellent. Thanks very much. It's
Not a
all
problem.
new. It's basically through boredom, through being furloughed. So, give it a look. If there's something there I can help you out with, I'd love to do it. Say any button box need labeling, I'll do all sorts.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth, Ant, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yes, please. Team Never Quit Racing. I'll make it quick. Mobility, our team sponsors. Obviously, Evie May and Stacey, the girlfriend, and yourselves. Loving the fact you've picked this Friday night series up. It's brilliant.
Excellent. Well, we thoroughly enjoy it. So thanks for joining us, Anne, and we'll let you go, and we'll catch you next week.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
And flushed first time.
That was
Yeah.
excellent.
I am a pro.
Wow.
So, guys, I think the main talking point for us is this undercut thing, and it seems to be working. So, Bill, do you think we're going to get to that point? Like Ant said there, he was watching the fuel and pitted on the earliest possible lap he could. Do you think we'll get to that point where the field all come in on the same lap at the earliest possible opportunity?
Well, that might be a little problem, but the guys that are in reach of being up in the top 5 or so, and they haven't been doing that, it's got to be worth a try. I mean, Clyde, you say all the time, you gotta try. If you're running the same as somebody else, you got to try something different. And I think it's worth a shot. What the heck,
Yeah, so I speak about it nearly every race. When you're in that situation where you're stuck behind somebody, you can't get past them. You have to do something different. Pete, sum up the race for us.
I think we've been witness to another undercut event in this race. I think it's something that's going to get adopted in future races. It's been an exciting race. The front of this race, the top end, was excellent this time. Last time, Foggy checked out by a monumental amount. This time was not the case. It was racing all the way to the end. There was some really good racing in the mid-pack. There was some hilarious racing towards the back. There was some bizarre crashes with the wall, and Mike Frost parted the waves of car. It was just brilliant.
Yeah, that just you just reminded me of that one where the back end of the car went into the wall. Yeah, that was bizarre, shall we say? I don't think it's the first time I've ever seen it, but for me, I thought that was a good race. I think Tony was unlucky in the end. I'm sure he'll be back. And next week we are at Interlagos, which is a very, very interesting track for these cars. So that's sure to be good. We are back on Wednesday with the BSTV GT4 TCR Challenge, week 2. That was a very exciting race we had on Wednesday. And like I said, we'll be back next Friday, same time from Interlagos with week 2. So I have nothing else to say apart from thanks for watching, thanks to the drivers, and thanks to Bill and Pete and Sam for what they do. So I shall say good night, let the guys say good night, and we'll close the broadcast. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
All right, everybody, and thanks for watching.
Good night, guys. Thanks.